Hey everybody. Whoop. Haha. There we go. This is Nelson with Creekwood.aquatics, and welcome to the Coral Live Show. Let's import our listings. Whoop. And there we go. So we're going to pop on our orange lens. Helps us see the coral. Shut off the pumps for now. And I'm trying to move this bundle, so I put together a bundle real fast, and I'll go through it with you guys. Let me load them in the queue. All right, here we go. Woo. I'm struggling today. So this is going to be a what you see is what you get bundle. So let me take a picture of this real fast. Click. There we go. What you see is what you get. Six-pack. And we're going to do this for 180 with shipping. Let me take off this. And there we go. We should be pinned to the board. So yeah, we have a six-pack over here. I'll go through the pieces, but this is a piece that has two zoas on it. So it has the... Let me get the colors a little bit better. Wonder if you can see it better this way. We have the, oh my god, why am I forgetting the name of this one now? Pink Pandora. And then there's the green little cat's eye. Little polyp. Over here, we're going to have the green goblin acropora. This is going to be our orange lepticera. And what I really like about this piece is ever since we started the kalkwasser, this thing has been growing off of this plug. So you can see all that new coral growth. If I can get this into the light. Yeah, all that encrusting stuff, that's all new from the last month. But I really like electric orange lepticeras. We have this little favia over here. We'll do a mint pavona. And this guy closed up, but this one is a... Let's see if I can get a better picture of him. He's supposed to be this micro mini Ghani garden. But if anyone has any questions, you can always put them in the chat. I'll respond to them the best that I can. Right now, we're trying to move a bunch of these smaller frags so we can bring 100 new frags in next week. So right now, we're pricing these to move. So it's $180, and we're going to include the free next day shipping on these. And if you want to add anything else to your box, it'll ship. It'll just get added into that box. I wish he was more open. He's probably upset because I moved him. We also have build your own 6-pack, but for now, I figured let's put one together. Again, price to move. And if I can move at least 3 packs of these mini frags, I will probably do a giveaway for one of my purple hammers because we have a ton of purple hammers. Shrimp, the only shrimp I have this week, I have coral bandits. Let me show you. There they are. And they're pretty big. They're pretty beefy. So we have them, and then I know I have a big girl here. She's super gravid. She has a ton of eggs. And I've been waiting to see if she releases them. I know they're probably not going to survive. But it's one of those things we like to make note of. Oh, there's another one. So yeah, we'll move on from the 6-pack over here. But yeah, this is going to be the 6-pack. We're pricing this to move $180 plus shipping. And like I said, if we can get at least 3 coral sales today, we'll do a giveaway for one of the purple hammers. And what I like about these, they're really easy to propagate. All of these started from one original colony one of my buddies gave me last year. And a lot of these guys have double heads on them. And you can see there's more polyps growing on the bottom of them. So these guys are actively propagating. But yeah, there's a few colonies in here. There's at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's probably about 12 or 13 colonies that we have here. But yeah, we'll go through this one more time. But we have our acropora. This is the green goblin. Actually, let's take a look at them. So these I've had for at least a year. We've been propagating a ton of these. But they've been doing really well, and they're super hardy. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'm going to shut off the freshwater lights. There we go. Big difference. But yeah, green Ghani. Over here, this is the pink Pandora and the green polyp. Electric orange Leptocera. Little Fabia. Mint Pavona. And micro mini garden that's closed up. These are all very, very easy beginner corals. Yeah. If not, we'll move on. Let's unpin. All right. We can always come back to them. Let's do a single frag over here. I'm pretty sure I have these listed. Actually, I'll list them myself. So we'll do a red pipe organ. And again, I'll price them to move. So I'll price them at $15 and I'll do quantity 1 on them. So yeah, I can sell these a little bit cheaper than most because we propagate these like no tomorrow. We've gotten really good at propagating the red pipe organs. When I was a kid, I couldn't keep these things alive for the life of me. As an adult, as a smarter adult, tons of phytoplankton, good flow, medium light, and they tend to do really well. Yeah, see if I can grab a bigger piece. Yeah, so we're doing the red pipe organ. This guy's going to be $15. And the best thing to do is fill your box. So if you have the opportunity, pop that box. The biggest box we ship is 12 by 12, and we can fit a lot of corals in there. Yeah, this guy could almost be fragged into another piece. That little nugget right there. Actually, you could probably pop off this top section over here and start another colony. All right. I think I'm going to move these pieces down. But just remember, if you have any questions, you can always put them in the chat. I'll answer them the best I can. That fell off. Fell off his base, so we're probably going to have to glue him back on. But let's grab this little acro. Okay. There we go. So we'll put it as assorted acro, $25, pinned on the board. And we'll zoom in on this one. So yeah, we brought these in as part of a variety pack. And ever since we switched to kalkwasser, um, we've been getting a ton of growth. So a lot of that new ridging on the bottom, that's all new growth. And also we're starting to get a lot of coral line growing. But yeah, this is a very nice piece. Eventually, these guys are going to be fraggable if they keep growing. But it's a nice little small piece. It's an acro. I don't know the exact species because we got it in as a variety pack. Let me zoom out. But yeah, ever since we switched to our kalkwasser, once we got that pH above 8.4, well, 8.3, a lot of these hard corals have been exploding in growth. I got to get videos when these guys have their little feeding tentacles out, but I'll show you another little acro that came in too around the same time. This boy right here. And you see his polyp extension is still pretty high, even though I just picked them up. And he's starting to encrust over the edge of his plug. But yeah, any of the small acros that I have here in the shop today, they're going to be $25 today. Let me grab. No, I already grabbed this one. Oops. Another cute little baby piece. But this thing has been growing like a champ. All right, unpin. Who is going to be a real nice piece to try to move? Let's do this zoanthid over here. But yeah, orange tentacles, yellow yellow circle, purple little bullseye in the middle. Again, the blue lights don't do them justice. This thing is like super fluorescent. But yeah, we'll have this guy listed for $20. How many heads? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 heads on this little standard plug over here. There we go. Yeah, see, I wish we could actually see what it looks like without the blue light. Actually, let's see. Let's change the spectrum. Nah, it's just tough. Whoop. But it is a very beautiful piece. We'll keep him up here for a little bit. I'm also going to move up the pink Halle Berry. Ooh. This guy only came in with the 2 original polyps. And right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But yeah, it's a very beautiful polyp colony. But yeah, any of our assorted polyps, they are going to be $20. I really do like the pink Pandoras. I actually have a huge colony over here. Ooh. That I would move for 75. I love them, but they are very aggressive growers. Alright, let's check out some of these Pacillipora or bird's nest. Whatever you guys want to call them, but they are pretty big. Yeah, so see, yeah, these are some of the bigger frags that I have. These we've been growing for over a year, and they do explode in growth. Let me set this down right here. But if you want to see the bacillopora before we make them upset, there he is in the background. Let's see if we can zoom in. There it is. Yeah, so they're big, they're fluffy, and we have a few colonies available. Here's another colony right here. And again, you can see a lot of that polyp extension. Now, what we tend to notice with the bird's nest, the bacillopora, whatever you want to call them, is that they do grow very dense. Their colonies. So this one's actually fused to my rack. um, wow. Okay. Yeah, he fused to my rack. Um, but yeah, the insides tend to get lighter because they get blocked by light. The flow tends to not get towards the centers. It's usually the tops and the sides of these that look really great. But right now, these are doing really well, and they're very forgiving. When I got these in, I had a customer drop these off, and they were pale. They were almost dead. They were covered in algae, and we've done a really good job bringing them back. And again, if you're just joining us, if you have any questions, you can always drop them in the chat. I'll read them. We'll take a look. We also do have some very small portions of atomic broccoli. This has been really cool. One of my friends gave me a small portion of this stuff, and this stuff's been growing really well. So I don't want to become a whole algae farm, but yeah, we'll just kind of let this grow off to the background. But it is a beautiful macroalgae. Goes right back into our basket. All right, let's do a really cheap coral. Let's do something that people like, and I just like to get rid of. We have our green chalice, or some people want to call them Hollywood Stunner. This is a piece. It is a very aggressive coral. They grow really fast. They have sweeper tentacles. They do not like to have neighbors. So what we do is we keep them off to the side over there. But they're a really nice encrusting piece. You pop them in the corner, put them on a rock by themselves, and they'll take over. They're really thin. They're really brittle. So again, as they grow, you can just break them, snap them, trade them to friends, trade them in the shops for credit. But yeah, let me set this down. Actually, you know what? No. I'm going to do something a little bit more fun. Green chalice, it might be a little bit too bottom of the barrel for me. Don't have it listed, so we're going to list this one right here. It's hard to do with wet hands. Space Invader Pectinia, we will do them for $100. We have one in stock. But they are beautiful and they are very hardy. And possibly almost ready to frag. You could probably make 3 little frags out of him because he has his little mouths. But there we go. Space Invader Pectinia. There we go. But yeah, I absolutely love the Space Invader Pectinias. He's actually one of my favorites. I've been kind of babying this one. I kind of don't want to see him go. I kind of want to continue to grow this one and continue to frag from him. But yeah, this one's a really beautiful piece. And we've had him for a few months. All right. We're going to unpin that item. We're going to go back to the shop. I believe I have the hollow hammers listed. Hollow hammer. So these I did bring in for a customer. Whenever a customer special orders something, I'll order an extra one just in case one of them doesn't do well. We have one on hand. This one is done so well that it's actually from one single frag. We've made one, two, three, about six. Yeah, we made about 6 hollow hammers out of one frag. So a lot of these hollow hammers have 2 heads on them. And one thing that I tell my customers, especially when they come into the shop, I always tell them to check out that flesh band. And again, flesh band should be thick, and it should go down pretty far. If it's at the head, if it's at the skeleton, if you can see any white protruding, don't buy that piece. It's not a healthy piece. You're going to lose it. But yeah, when it comes to these hollow hammers, oh, this one has 3 heads. There we go. That's a perfect example of the hollow hammer. You can see that the purple tips on them are a little bit translucent. Yeah, but this is a piece that has 3 heads. You can see those 3 distinct little colonies, and if you flip them underneath, there you go. 1, 2. Third one in the corner. But yeah, these have been one of my favorite hammers. We produce a lot of these already from a single frag. Yeah, I like them. I like that coloration on them. And I said, don't be shy. If you have any questions, post them in the chat. We'll read them out. Any questions about coral, husbandry? What are my levels like? I'll tell you anything you want to know. Any mushrooms for sale? The only mushrooms I have this week are these little green mushrooms, but they're attached to little money colony over here. I didn't plan it that way, but that's where they decided to land. But we should be doing a coral restock. Hopefully by next week. We're just trying to move a few more pieces so I can make room so I can bring stuff in. I also have. They escaped, but we got some rock flowered anemones. Yeah. The crazy part was I used to have the rock flowers in one of these bins up here, but they weren't happy, so I let them just kind of pick their own spots, and they tend to like less light. Less light, and they're growing super well. We also have a ton of anemones over here on this side, too. We got rainbow, green, and the Shermans. It's nice to see them bubbling. They don't always bubble all the time. But yeah, it's really nice to see the bubbles. I'm really excited for the coral expansion. So once I'm hoping to get this the next room, I'm hoping to get that done by October, so we can have our long tub set up. But everybody has to start somewhere, and this is our beginning. But yeah, I really do love the purple hammers too. I said my buddy gave me one of these, and we've just continued to propagate these over and over again. He's ready to be split. Oh, you know who I haven't shown today? The New York Knicks. Yeah, we have our New York Knicks torch. Let me grab my seat real fast. But yeah, I've been in love with these guys. I think they look so good. They're pretty easy. I'm going to say that we switched to calcium hydroxide, kalkwasser. Before then, we were dosing all for reef, but if you want to know a quick rundown, we do keep our nitrates around 5 to 10, calcium 500, alkalinities around the 7 to an 8, um, pH is 8.3, 8.4, and they tend to do really, really well. We put them in moderate light, moderate flow, and they tend to be really happy. Here, I'll show you. This is my bigger piece. And we always want to look at those flesh bands. But yeah, nice thick flesh band. This guy right here, it was my fault. He got injured when I first got him. I set him in too high flow of an area. He kind of got peeled a little bit, but he's been recovering very nicely. So that's one thing with my corals. If there's anything wrong with them, I will disclose it because I'd rather be upfront ahead of time than have someone be upset with me. This guy's starting to this one too. Kind of got blown away, but it's been growing back, and he looks like he's about to split. Yeah, I see about 3 heads coming, but this one probably won't get sold because this one has a lot of recovering to do. But this one right here, this one's good to go. But yeah, like I said, they're extremely hardy. The trick is consistency. So whatever your tank is, try to keep it consistent because when they start to show signs of stress, that's when they get the brown jelly disease, and brown jelly disease will wipe your tank. Yeah, this is our marine system over here. We do have freshwater stuff. I will show you. Let me step away. We do our freshwater show on Fridays right now. But you can always look at our list and you can see what freshwater fish that we have in stock and plants. But yeah, that's the Friday show. Yeah, you see, he's a little upset because I moved them. But remember, you can always message me. You can always ask for stuff if there's something you're looking for in particular. You can always let me know. We try to bring in orders every 2 weeks, and if something that you're looking for is on our order list, if you put down a 50% deposit, we can order it for you. We can bring it in. Oh, there's that gravid bandit shrimp. But yeah, we're trying to bring in at least 25 to 50 more frags in the following week. But I do have to clear a lot of space. I'll show one more cool thing. So even this little guy over here, he was a little club in the beginning of the week, and he actually split at the tip. So yeah, I'm going to give the credit to the Kalkwasser. I think adding Kalkwasser was one of the best things I could have done for my reef. Because all this stuff has been doing so well and growing so rapidly with that inclusion. Oh, you know what I haven't seen in a while? Little baby meteor shower sulfastria. But yeah, but it's coming back with a vengeance. That's growing real nice. Oh, there's a second piece. Sometimes I get more excited to to look at them, like this Darth Maul Parites over here. Yeah, that was a little tiny frag a couple months ago. Who's this? I think this is the weirdo chalice. All right, well, thank you guys for joining us. I'm going to turn my systems back on. and get back to working on the farm. But anyway, this is Nelson with Creekwood.aquatics. I'll see you guys soon.